Hi everyone. I have something very interesting to share with you. We all know this verse which is very familiar. For we walk by faith and not by sight. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 7. So why does the Bible advise us to walk by faith and not by sight? Why is it telling us not to trust our eyes? There's a beautiful reason for it. What really happens is the visual signals from the eyes first goes through a structure called the thalamus. The thalamus is also known as the information highway. Why? Because all the information that comes through has to go through the thalamus, and it filters the data or the information that comes through. And based on what is already in there, in that thalamus, like our emotions, perceptions, bias, prior experience, it decides what is really important for us. So it filters whatever according to our needs or whatever is happening in our mind. It filters the data and then it relays it to another structure called the visual cortex, where further processing happens, and the information goes to and fro, both to and fro the thalamus and the visual cortex, and the final conclusion is made by the brain. Did you get it? So the final perception or the final conclusion is decided by the brain, not exactly what has happened in front of you. It decides what should be the reality. So the reality that happened in front of you might be perceived by one way by you and perceived by another way by another person. So depending on their emotional state, depending on their prior experience or bias, the brain can come to its own conclusion. Here is where the beauty and the wisdom of the Word of God comes in. In Romans chapter 12 verse 2 it says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good, acceptable and perfect." What the Word of God is saying is, if you're looking for transformation, if you want to be transformed, it has to start with your mind, and it has to start with the renewing of the mind. That means you will have to rewire your brain in order to even understand what is really happening in front of you, or to understand what the will of God is for you. That is why in Philippians chapter 4 verse 8 says, "Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things." So if you are filling your mind with filth, if you are filling your mind with negative emotions, the reality that your brain perceives will be entirely different. You will miss out on the blessings of God. You will miss out on the will of God. You will miss out on the calling of God. You will not understand what is happening with your life. So where do you start? I would say start where David started in Psalms 119 verse 11. "I have stored up your word in my heart, that I might not sin against you." Store up the Word of God in your mind. Store up the Word of God so that your brain now is controlled by the thoughts of God, not by negative emotions, not by hopelessness, not by bitterness, not by filth, but with the Word of God. May God bless you all.